Hi everyone, Sarah here. I have my Yetis and some finished cards to share with you. I just wanted to go through a couple things before I show you the cards though. These are the Yetis that I still have done. So basically what I did was I took my stamps with the die cuts. I have not detached them. I left them all attached and I placed them in my Stampaholic and lined up the stamps in order to stamp all of them in the right spot so that they can be die cut all at once. This is a great tip from Not2Shabby. I'm sure most people have seen it on her videos that she does. So basically I did that, and when I do that I always do extras, and I usually do a couple different types of paper. So this one here was on Copic paper. These were the first ones that I was doing, and I was trying out different colors and different mediums. Like this was pencils. These ones have Copic faces, but I haven't done their bodies or anything. So basically that's how I lay out the stamps inside of the die and then stamp them with my Stampaholic tool so that I can color them and then just run them through the die cut machine once, and I have all these pieces ready to go. So I had 8 sheets that I did in Copic paper, and this is the paper that I used for these ones here. The Copic paper crafting stamping illustration paper, and this I actually got it when I got my markers. I bought them secondhand and they gave me this paper with them. So I'm not sure where it came from, but I'm sure you can buy it. I know Michael's does have Copic paper. It's just the thinner stuff. And then this is the one that I also like to use, is the artist marker pad from B Paper. And this is the same idea. It's a thinner marker paper. It's you can't see through it, but it's not a thick cardstock. But you don't use as much ink when you're coloring on marker paper like that. You can get away with not using as much ink and your markers will last longer. Okay, so I did 8 sheets, colored them all. I do have the coloring for you guys, and I'm doing it in real time so that you can see. Basically, I just did the one in the video, but it applies to all of them. Okay, and I'll walk you through step by step in the coloring video to tell you the process that I used for them. So these guys here are all die cut, and they can be used to be holding something in their hand. So they can hold a present or a heart. The little hearts are in here somewhere. You can put Santa hats on him. I don't think the scarf really fits this guy. No, because his arm is kind of in the way. Yeah, you could still kind of do it. You just cover his face a little bit. So you could still do a scarf on there if you wanted to. That is kind of cute. Okay, and then this guy here definitely fits the scarf perfectly. Like that. You could also stamp the heart on him or put a heart on him like this. Super cute. He's just so adorable. So basically I kind of did each sheet in a different color. So I have a couple different colors, but I did like 2 of every. So I have 2 pink, 2 turquoise. This one's kind of like a greeny turquoise. There's a light blue, dark blue. And then these guys I love. These are my favorite, is the little guy with the lights, and I do show you how I color the lights. Whoops, I'm just gonna drop them all over the place. So once I colored in the lights, I did add Wink of Stella on top of the lights, and then I also used glossy accents on them to make them shine and be a little 3D. So super cute. And then these little guys are holding mugs in their hands, and they already have scarves on, which is adorable. And I did cover all the mugs in glossy accents. So then you do have a single mug on each sheet, and I colored them to match. So there's the matching blue for that one, so that I can use it on the card. And I also covered them with glossy accents too, so that they are shiny and 3-dimensional. All right, and then of course I did all different colors for these guys. So that is all of these little guys, and then there's the trees. I just did some in dark green, some in light green, and then it has the big trees and the little trees. So they're both in both of the colors. The only thing I didn't color was these little footprints. Basically because you probably wouldn't color them. I'm not sure. But they still cut out anyways, so I still have them here in case I want to use them. So I still have all of these left to put on cards. But I just have a couple of cards to share with you guys. I'm trying to come up with some kind of card patterns, I guess, to use for these guys. So the first one is just this very simple "You're my beast friend." I die cut quite a few of these mountains, also from My Favorite Things and also from the Not2Shabby shop. Gosh, I have the dropsies. Ugh. Okay, so here's the stamp set that I used, the Beast Friends and the die sets. Those are from Not2Shabby shop. Also used the Snow-Capped Mountains die, which was released by My Favorite Things. Totally not prepared here. Okay, can't find it. Sorry about that, guys. I die cut all the mountains in just a gray textured cardstock, and then this white glitter is from that Michael's Hot Buy paper pad with all the white glitter. And there's my Yeti with this pink scarf, and that was just one of the extra backgrounds I had from those last Christmas cards that I did. And I just left this one blank on the inside because of the sentiment, "You're my beast friend." I thought this would be a good note card to write a note in it. Okay, the next one was also an extra background that I had. And you can see the Merry and Bright. That is also a stamp set from the new MFT release called Hand Lettered Christmas. Love this one, very nice. Also purchased from the Not2Shabby shop. So what I did with this one is I had this purple pearlescent embossing powder, and from the container I thought it would be a little darker. So I thought that you would see it a lot more on the card, which when you put it in the light you can. So what I did to make it stand out a little bit more was I took my Shaded Lilac Distress marker, because these are distress inks on the background, and I just lightly traced the right hand side and the top of each of the letters, and then I used my water brush to kind of wash it out so that it was just lightly in there. So it turned out super cute. I actually really love it. And I added a little bit of a hill with the same marker and the water brush. And I added in this little guy with the lights. Now this was one that I had colored with Copic markers before. So it's not the same coloring process as these ones here. And this is on the thicker marker paper, not marker paper, sorry, just regular white cardstock that's used for coloring. And he doesn't have glossy accents on his lights yet. So there's that one. The inside's not done. And then these two are probably some of my favorites. Super cute. I used the Are You Yeti for Christmas. So they're just white cardstock card fronts, or cards, sorry. I sprayed them with Scintillating Silver from Lindy's Stamp Gang. It's just the silver spray. So you can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see it in the background. It's a little shimmery. Now this die right here is from Lawn Fawn. This was purchased at the Not2Shabby shop last year. Now this is from the Ready Set Snow. So I have the add-on shakers for the Ready Set Snow. And all I did was use this die here for the background. And I took some of my watercolor paper and did the same technique that I did in these backgrounds here. Just using Shaded Lilac, and Broken China. Oop. So just lightly did those colors, and then I cut out the dyes with them so you can just see a little bit of the purple and blue in there. And I had laid that down before I sprayed the scintillating silver, so you can see some sparkle on it too. It kind of looks more like snow. So then I layered the mountains. These two are flat on the card, and this one is popped up with some foam tape. And my Yeti is also on foam tape, and then the large tree is flat, and the small one is up on foam tape. So super cute. And then on the inside, I use this stamp that says it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I just used the, it's the ombre ink pads from Recollections from Michaels. This one here, kind of the purple to blue, or purple to, yeah. So that's on the inside. Same thing with this one here. Same thing on the front, and same thing on the inside. And then my last, my last card, I wanted to do something a little different that wasn't Christmas. Ta-da! Super cute Yeti. Sorry about the glare there, guys. It's dark, it's nighttime. I took this Yeti right here that is just standing straight on. And basically how it started is I have this Yeti in a box. And I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I posted my Yeti in a box. And I was trying to figure out what to stuff in the box with the Yeti. I was looking for tissue paper, and I only have pink tissue paper, and I didn't want to put that in there. So then I was looking at other things, and I found this trim in my stash, and I was like, oh, what about some netting sticking out of the box? And I didn't want pink either, but that instantly thought about a dress for a Yeti. So I cut off just a tiny piece of that trim, glued it down, and added some clear rhinestones on the top. So super cute. I did trim it down because it was too long, so it just looks like a little frilly tutu dress. This is one of the dies that I purchased at the garage sale on the weekend, just cut out of vellum. These are also dies from the Not2Shabby shop. These are the Stitch Scallop Basic Edges that I purchased from Jamie. I just used this one here that's kind of the diagonal. And then I added in some skinny washi tape and this flat back pearl heart. And then I used just the Friends Like You Are Rare. So again, this one is just a blank note card on the inside, but super cute, so adorable. Oh, and this paper is also one that was purchased from the Not2Shabby shop. This was the Pretty Posies paper pad, just the little hearts that were in here. Probably don't have any left because I liked it so much. There. Yeah. So that is it. I am attaching the process for coloring these little guys, and I'll go through the steps on what I did. You can see it kind of has a texture look to them, like they're furry. Super cute. All right, so please leave a comment, subscribe, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye. Okay, so I'm starting off with the furry part of the Yetis. I'm using W0, W1, and W2. Now I'm doing just the bodies and the fur part of them first because I will be doing a technique over top of it. So I'm just coloring them all in with W0. And then I'm going to add in some shading and detail with the W1 and W2. And basically you're just going to pick the sections that you think should have shading, or if you want to go with like where the light is coming from. I don't always follow that. I do this just for fun, so I just like to do what feels good. So for this one, I do the shading around the outside and I kind of feather it in to give you the fur idea. And then I do it around the head. And again, just feather where you see the tips of the fur that are pointing up. So this one I did the head first, finish it off with the W2, and then blend it back, and then I did do the bottom part. The other way to do it with this Copic paper, because it doesn't use as much ink as you normally need, you can start with your darkest color first. So this first Yeti I did light to dark and then back down. For the rest of them, I just did dark down to the lightest color. So it used a lot less marker. I didn't have to blend as much. And as you can see, when you start to get more marker on there, it looks like your paper is just wet, which is basically all it is. The paper does get saturated, and that's why you don't need as much ink. So for this, the bottom part, I just kind of accentuated that he has a belly. So I brought the line across for his legs, and I left his belly white, just the W0. And then just blended on the inside of his legs and the inside of his arms. So then this part I'm just blending it out with the W0. And then for the next step, you need your colorless blender refill, so the various ink. And a little piece of face cloth or fabric, something that has a lot of pill to it. So there's my refill, and then just a corner of a face cloth. And I just keep this one for using this over and over again. So you just want to pour a little bit of the ink into the piece of fabric and then squish it around. And you use your fingertips to kind of pull up the texture on the fabric and make sure that they're sticking up. You just see me kind of playing with it. And then you just want to pounce it down onto your marker. And this is why I do this step first and I don't color anything else on the page. I just did the bodies of the Yetis. And basically by doing this, you're just removing some ink in a kind of dotted pattern from the actual fabric. Just drying it off so that you can kind of see it faster. Excuse me. So you can see that it has a textured look to it. Super cute. I love the way it turns out. If you want, you can keep applying to get more of a textured look. Just keep playing with it until you're done. But again, don't color any other sections. And if you're not able to stay in that spot, don't color any of the other images also, because you don't want to get that blender ink on top of your other images. So for the face and the ears, for this one I decided to do a skin tone color. So I'm using E50, E51, and E53. And then again, just coloring around the outside edges with my darker colors. This one I did do light to dark, but again, with this type of paper where it's thinner and you don't need as much ink, you don't need to go light to dark and then back down to light again. You can just go from dark to light, and it does a lot of the blending for you. Once the face was done, I did add some cheeks in there, and I believe I used the R11 and just dabbed it straight down. I didn't worry about coloring around the teeth. I knew I was going to be coloring them in with white gel pen, so I didn't worry about keeping the marker off of them. Again, it's very simple coloring, but that little bit of technique on the body gives a nice texturized and fur look for the fur. Yeah, so there's the cheeks I just dabbed in, and that is it. So stay tuned for the lights. Okay, so I just quickly want to show you how I color the lights that are on the Yeti. So basically I have 8 colors to do this. I have my 4 primary colors. I use R27 for the red, Y17 for the yellow, YG17 for the green, and then B16 for the blue. And basically I just kind of put them in order and I just follow through 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just all the way around, and that kind of evenly spreads around the colors. And then I'm going to come in nice and close so you can see how there's a bit of a haze around each of the lights. So it's making it look like they're shining. So basically with that, I have 4 very light colors that I have put together with it. So for the red, I use the R000. For the blue, it's B000. For the green, it is G000. And then for the yellow, it's Y000. So I color the lights first, and then I go around the edges with the very light color so that I can do the haze. So, whoops, I'm zoomed in as far as I can go there here for you guys. And so I'm just going to start with red. So I'm just going to start right here in the corner, and then every 4th one on this line is going to be red. So just quickly, no shading or anything, just color them through. And then that one I kind of go from an opposite direction, so you don't have a ton of red up in the corner because you don't want too many repeating colors beside each other. Then I'm going to go with the blue. So again, every 4th one is going to be blue. Then I'm going to do the green. And then the yellow. And it actually just works out perfectly that if you choose 4 colors, it fits in there. Oh, that was supposed to be blue, but who cares? Alright, so now that they're all colored, then I'm going to take my lighter colors and I'm going to outline the bulb. So you can just go around once or twice and just right over top of your coloring from the actual Yeti or on the white, whichever. You can do it as many times as you want to show like how much you want of it to show. I don't do too much because really I just want it to lightly be there in the background. And of course on the white it shows up a lot more, so you don't need to do as many times around the white. And lastly, the yellow. Okay, so that's it for the lights. The last things that I do are the white and black gel pens. So the white gel pen, I just color in their teeth because I did color right over with the skin color, and then the black I use for the eyes, and that's it. So you can see the nice haze on the lights there. And then I do actually use the clear Wink of Stella to go over the lights also to make them sparkly. So then any of these other accessories, the scarves and the mugs and the presents, you can color whichever colors you want to match your patterned paper that you're using. Okay?